find this place. FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland.
Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys
and the Washington Commanders. Ready to rock and roll. Here's Jonathan Garibay.
And we are underway from FedEx Field.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
On third down, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now it's Peterson. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a first carry here for Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession. See if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. And he slings one that's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
At their own 43-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
They go back to Pollard on second down. And once again, the Commander defense stout against the run game. They drop it for a second straight play. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. Tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
3rd and long for Prescott.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
They go play action here on 1st down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Cowboys' 17-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football
as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got his man, and the ball is knocked out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Defensively, well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now Jones. And he slides to a halt inside the 10. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Robinson going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Throwing, Jones.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year.
And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was he?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Prescott now. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Well, these two teams you might remember met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Prescott. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Just a gain of a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let it go again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the 2nd half gets underway. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Throw right side complete to Carter. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Carter. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw again. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Right back to Njoku. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. 2nd and 7 from the 20. Second down and a run by Robinson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. Back to throw. Jones. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. Oh, and this is going to wind up as safety.
That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff and even better execution.
This is brought in at the 21. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Jones throwing to start the drive. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Looking to throw. Jones slings this deep from McLaurin. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run the option left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Here's Prescott. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. On the return is Peterson. Call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Jones hit and the ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Pollard again, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Looking to throw, Prescott.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up a lot. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. He's at the 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. Washington. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself,
oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception.
Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Throwing, Prescott.
Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short.
Pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up second and 1 at the 43-yard line.
And just a yard to go here on second down. Prescott to throw it. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Now Prescott. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it, and the Commanders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Brings up second and 9.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his left. And this one too low. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Off play action. Jones. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second and third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And the Commanders are going to have first and goal as he's out of bounds at about the 8. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Jones. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown from 8 yards out. And the Commanders are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Garibay on to attempt the point after. And the lead is now 24. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. One last shot now for Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So a victory here for the Commanders. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
But they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the